Hey, this is David Breslow, founder of Performance Success Strategies and creator of Wired to Win, the most effective all-around golf performance product on the market today. So stay tuned for today's mental golf training tip. In today's tip, I'd like to talk to you about probably the single most desired uh, trait, let's say, by golfers that I talk to around the world, and that is the C word, confidence. Confidence is a really interesting thing. It seems to come and go for most people. And the reason for that is that if you've ever experienced a lack of confidence or confidence in certain areas of your game and a lack of confidence in other areas of your game, or certain areas on the golf course you feel better than other areas on the golf course, and you know what that is for you. It's different for everybody in a little bit of a different way. But confidence, the reason that so many golfers have confidence in one area and not in another, or that it comes and goes during a round, is because they're basing their confidence on outcomes. Now, you may have heard this before or read it in many different articles. It's often talked about in the mental game world for golf and any sport, actually, anything in life, actually. But when you find your confidence going up and down and swinging back and forth like a pendulum, that's because you're basing your confidence on the wrong thing. You're basing your confidence on outcomes. Now, golf is a game, and every other game is a game of outcomes, and they're always changing, aren't they? I mean, if you're basing your confidence on your results and your outcomes, you have set up the rules of the game for you to have it be very difficult. You've basically set up the rules of the game to fail. Okay, that's a bad game. If that's the game you're playing, that's a really bad game, and you're going to suffer the price of wavering confidence that's coming and going, just like a pendulum is the great analogy, really. So, for example, when you're playing really well, you feel good, right? You hit a good shot, you're feeling good, you're feeling confident, and then 20 minutes later, you hit a bad shot, and you're not feeling good, you're not feeling confident. So, basically, you have a pendulum that's swinging back and forth, back and forth. Oh, playing well, swinging to the left, confident, confident, confident. Oh, didn't play well, swinging to the right, ding, 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 ding. Not confident, not confident. It's a horrible way to play a round of golf. Horrible way to play a round of golf. The key is to be confident in yourself as a person. And I spoke about this in a previous tip where I was talking about how you feel about yourself is really the central theme of everything you do and don't do on the golf course. It's your self-concept. That was the title of the audio. Check it out. I believe it was the very last one, just prior to this, or maybe two ago. But check it out, your self-concept. If your self-concept is not in line, you are going to struggle with confidence and a whole lot of other things. But today we're just focusing on confidence. So you must start to make a decision, and you can do that right now, to be confident in yourself as a person, as a golfer first. And then everything you do on the golf course is just kind of secondary to that. So I always wondered when athletes would come to me and talk to me and say, I'm not confident here. I lost confidence there. I missed a short putt. And then I lost confidence for like 3 holes or whatever. And I'd sit there and go, why? Why would you lose confidence so easily? Why are you so vulnerable to feeling so badly about yourself just because of one lousy shot, let's say, or one missed error, one poor decision? Why would your entire confidence level just dip like that? It doesn't make any sense. And it's because they're focusing on their outcomes as being the foundation for whether they feel good about themselves or not. And that's a huge, huge mistake. Why can't you feel good about yourself no matter what you're doing? We're looking at a PGA championship now with a guy named Brooks Koepka, who appears to be confident no matter what, right? Look at the way he moves. Look at the way he talks. Look how calm he is. It's incredible. Does he do this every week? No. He'd be in the top 3, top 5 every week if that was the case. I know he plays plays well. He's a top shelf golfer on the tour. But there are these times when he gets into this mode where confidence is so strong. Why? Because he believes in himself first. I guarantee you, he believes in himself first. And then everything else kind of burgeons on top of that and gets stronger and elevates and gets better and better and better and better. But you've got to believe in yourself first. And that's an area that so many golfers are lacking. They think they believe in themselves, but they don't. So what do? You've heard me talk about this before. You run around, you buy some books, you go to some workshops, you go online, you get some video tips, or whatever you do, you talk to other people. That's not going to make you feel confident about yourself. Gosh, take a look at how long you've been doing that. For some of you, it's been 20, 30 years. Some of you, it's been 20 months. But whatever it is, that's not where you're going to find your confidence. You're not going to get it in a book. You're not going to get it in a workshop. It'll be temporary. And I'm sure if you're listening to this, you're probably nodding your head going, yeah, that's kind of what happens. I feel good for a little while, and then it starts to slide again. Well, that's because you never put the anchor where it belonged, inside of yourself. If you get the anchor in there first, then everything else is separate from that. So they're separate things. Your personal confidence, I call it, is different than your performance confidence. So if you have personal confidence, your performance confidence shouldn't really make that much of a difference on your personal confidence. And for most golfers, the two are leaking into each other. I mean, I know golfers who are tremendous business people. They are extremely confident in their world, in their business world, because they have so much experience and expertise. And then they go out on the golf course and they have no confidence at all. It's incredible to me. And even those people who are extremely confident in one area of their lives have not understood the separation between their personal confidence and their performance confidence. So even they don't quite get it until we talk about it. And once you get it, you get it. And you will never be moved by that. Now, the Wired to Win program that you've heard me mention before is designed to build confidence as a byproduct of learning the 7 laws that I teach about human performance. Because once one understands those laws, confidence is a byproduct, because you're able to self-correct, you're able to make choices, you're able to be conscious, you're able to do new things and create new things for yourself, and there's nothing that builds greater personal confidence than that. And that's why I just revert back to that for a moment, not to be a schmoozy sales talk, but the whole point is that once you gain and gather that personal confidence, your performance will, of course, be positively affected. But when you're not playing well, your personal confidence will not be affected either. And that's really the ideal, isn't it? Isn't that what you're looking for? So confidence is not that hard, but it's difficult for a greater percentage of amateur golfers, even professional golfers, quite honestly, because they still base their confidence on their outcomes. And when I'm working with, let's say, a lower tier golfer trying to make it to the big show, a development tour player, or a Nike tour player, one of those kinds of players, many of them base their confidence on outcomes. And they're so confused as to why they feel so up and so down, why they're playing so well and then not playing so well, even within a round, so quickly. Because once again, when you focus on results as your basis for feeling good, that changes all the time, doesn't it? That's a very, very weak, ineffective way to play a round in golf. I'm just going to say it straight like I always do. That is the worst way, most uncomfortable way to play a round of golf. And the reason I know that is because I've done it, and it doesn't feel good. And if you've done it, you're listening to me now and you've done it, you know it doesn't feel good. So why keep doing it? Why keep struggling that way? Focus on your personal confidence first. Understand that there's a difference between the two. Performance confidence is different than personal confidence. One leads to the other. Personal leads to performance, and performance can also affect personal if it's not strengthened properly. So Dave Breslow, thanks again for listening. And I hope you enjoyed today's tip and it got you thinking a little bit. You're welcome to leave any messages in cyberspace, of course, as always. And if you want to learn more about me and the Wired to Win program, you're welcome to go visit www.mentalgolfcoaching.com, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.